Welcome back to Houston Live. Derek Shore along with Courtney Zavala just before 1:30 p.m.
Almost right there. Now it is.
Now it's 1:30.
There we go. It's mid-October, prime time for all things fall and what's more than getting out on the farm.
Yeah, Hope Farms in Southeast Houston is the place to be tonight. So mark your calendars. They are hosting a harvest walk and debuting a brand new culinary classroom.
And joining us now with all the details and a tasty fall recipe is Chef Carlos Meltzer, Culinary Director of Recipe for Success. It's great to see you, Chef.
Thank you so much for having me today.
Absolutely. This is quite the spread. Before we get into all of this, one of my favorite things in life is artichokes. I love them. Let's talk about Hope Farms. For the people that don't know it, this is this beautiful farm right in the heart of our city.
Yes, we're located just outside of 288 and 610 in the Sunnyside area, which is a food desert. And we are there to help bridge fresh vegetables getting into that local community. So we host a farmers market every week from 9 to 1 on Saturdays. It's a great time to visit us. In addition to that, we provide produce to all sorts of chefs in town, and we do programming that's all about seed to plate nutrition education. So we teach kids to grow their own food, cook their own food, and that way they're more likely to eat it. And it's all in an effort to fight childhood obesity.
And that Recipe for Success Foundation, that started back in 2005, so it's been nearly 20 years.
Yes.
And it truly is such an important mission, just educating, because so many young people can't even identify basic fruits and vegetables, real foods, right?
Definitely, and that's part of why I got involved actually in 2005. It's been amazing to be working with them so long. I want to make a recipe with you guys today, and it's actually from one of our chefs that participates with us teaching kids about what they're growing in the garden. Chef Greg Martin from Bistro Manil provided us this cold artichoke dip recipe, and it has a few steps to it, but it's super delicious, and it's a great example of how we incorporate vegetables into what we're doing with the kids and getting them to eat it. So
cool.
You guys want to cook?
Let's get started.
Okay, we're going to start off with a quick balsamic shallots that are pickled, and this is super easy to do. You just take some white wine vinegar, some olive oil, a little bit of water is going to go in there as well, just to temper that out. We have some salt and pepper that we're going to add in there, and then we're going to bring that up to a boil.
Okay.
We're just going to pretend for today.
Magic of television.
We're going to go ahead and add our shallots after it boils and give them about a 10-minute simmer. After that, you're going to get a slotted spoon like this one, and you're just going to take those shallots out of that mixture, drain them, and put them into a bowl or an airtight container that you can seal up. To finish this, we're going to go ahead and put some balsamic vinegar into this, which is where that part of the recipe comes from. And once we do that, you're going to reduce it for about 10 minutes.
Okay.
Take it and then pour it right over your shallots.
Add it to the shallots.
Like this.
And does that process essentially reduce the intensity of shallots, because they do have a quite intense
Gives
punch?
it a different intensity as well. It gives you the onion, and it also gives you the vinegar at the same time.
Okay.
And the great thing about these is they're really versatile. You can use them in salads, you can use them in sandwiches, or you can use them in a dip like this. And they last for a couple of weeks in the fridge as long as they're submerged in an airtight container.
Oh, that's
right.
perfect.
Yeah.
And this is basically what it would look like in the final product, right?
Yeah, I chopped some up ahead for us because
Oh,
yeah.
beautiful.
Magic of
Caramelized.
television.
So
Yeah.
this is a artichoke recipe that we're using regular artichokes from a can for. We've drained them and patted them very dry. In the season, you can also use fresh artichokes. We're going to take that. We're going to give it a nice drizzle of olive oil. Why am I doing everything? You're
That's okay.
You're going to sprinkle some salt and pepper on top of this. Be
Okay.
generous.
All right.
It's about 2 tablespoons to 1/4 of a cup of olive oil, but just eyeball it. No big deal.
Okay.
Usually, if I were at home, I would use my hands to mix this up, but go ahead and give that a nice little stir to get the olive oil and salt and pepper all over.
This is making my mouth water. This is one of my favorite things. I love artichokes. I do.
So go ahead and pour all of that right onto this sheet pan here.
Okay.
We're going to put this into a 400-degree oven for about 15 minutes, give them a turn, and then cook them for another 15 minutes until they're nice and browned on all the sides. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
You're welcome.
Great sous chef. So one of the tips I have for you is that when you do put them on the sheet pan, you want to spread them out like this. Otherwise, they'll steam with each other rather than roast. So that's how
okay.
you get crispy edges on your vegetables. Don't crowd your pan.
Okay.
So after these are all nice and roasted, we put them into a food processor just like this one, and we're going to chop in some basil. And some people think of a food processor like a blender, but it has a nice function because I think you know how to use this one. You're going to put
Just
that lid
pulse
on.
it?
Yeah, and we're going to pulse.
Because we want it more chopped, right?
Yeah, we got to click that.
Okay.
So go ahead and pulse. And pulsing, stop. Pulsing means going once, twice, thrice.
There we go.
That's pulsing. And as you can see, that incorporates ingredients by chopping them. If
Yeah, because you don't
So
want to
don't
paste.
overmix.
Not yet, not yet. We kind of want to get those ingredients in there. So we're going to pop that open one more time. If you
Okay.
need to, you can scrape down the sides, but I think we're okay right now.
Okay.
Go ahead and add 1/4 cup of olive oil for me.
Basil smells so nice.
Basil is one of our favorite things. It's the end of the basil season at the farm, but we have lots of fresh basil there. Mascarpone cheese and feta cheese is going to go in there.
Oh boy, this sounds good.
Yeah.
right.
Oh, I love this dish when I get it at Bistro Manil, and he traditionally serves it with gluten-free crostinis, which I have here for you. Seal that up for me.
Okay. And then one more mix.
We're going to actually puree at this point, because now we do want to bring it to a nice smooth mix. Now, if you see this happening where it's uneven, you just want to open it up and scrape down the sides with a silicone-headed spatula or a rubber spatula.
Okay.
Go ahead and stop that for me, and we're going to do one more thing. You're going to season it with some salt and pepper. We use kosher salt in general, and if you can grind your pepper fresh, that's the best way to go.
All right.
All right.
Wipe down those sides for me with that spatula down there if we have the time.
Push
to.
it down in?
Yeah,
So
just
essentially,
like that.
once this is all mixed, we can direct our viewers' attention over to this finished product here.
Okay.
And so we would just mix this one more time.
Yes. And
Chef,
then
check that
look at
out.
that.
Beautiful.
So the
You
only
can
other
add
thing
anything.
is some more lemon juice on top and a little bit of lemon zest, and you have a perfect dish ready to go.
I love it. You're going to
What
impress
a
the guests.
Beautiful spread. Grab the crostini and just spread it. Carlos, thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. We can't wait to try this recipe and to connect with Hope Farms. Head over to our website, HoustonLife.tv.